Today we're going to cover more questions from the N400 application that an officer might ask you during your US citizenship interview. And I will also provide you some sample answers. Hi everyone, welcome back. We are here to help you pass your US citizenship interview. During the interview, the officer will review your N400 application to make sure the answers are accurate and up to date. At the same time, the officer will also use different ways to ask you questions to test your ability to speak and understand English. We've already covered some of the questions from the N400 application in these videos. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. Today we will focus on parts 4 through 7. We will go over the application with you and provide some potential questions that the officer might ask you during the interview. In the first half of this video, I will go over some sample questions and answers. In the second half, I will give you the opportunity to practice what you've learned. All right, let's go over them now. Here are some different ways the officer might ask you for your phone number. What is your phone number? What's the best number to reach you? What is your daytime phone number? What is your work number? What's your mobile? Can you confirm your phone number? My number is 310-888-1234. Next, the officer might ask you if you have an email address. What's your email address? Do you have an email address? My email address is JackieLee@gmail.com. If you don't have one, you can just say, "Sorry, I don't have an email." Next, the officer will review the information about your residence. First, the officer might ask you where you live now. What is your current physical address? Currently, where do you live? Can you provide your present address? Where do you live now? What is your street address? What is your address at the present time? What is your latest address? What's your address? Where is your residence? You can either say, "My address is," or "I live at." For example, my address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Or, I live at 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. The officer might ask you if you live with someone. Who do you live with? Do you live with anyone else? Do you live alone? I live with my wife and my 2 children. I live with my parents. I live by myself. I have a roommate. The officer might ask the time frame you have lived in an address. How long have you lived in this address? If it's your current address, you can use the phrase, I've been living here since. For example, I've been living here since 2012. If this is a previous address, you can use I lived there from, for example, I lived there from 1997 until 2001. When did you move to this address? I moved there in August of 2019. If you have more than one address in the last 5 years, the officer might ask, what was your previous address? Where did you live before? What was your last address? My previous address was 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Have you lived anywhere else? Have you lived at any other addresses? Where else have you lived since you became a permanent resident? What other addresses have you had during the last 5 years? During the last 5 years, what addresses have you had? Where have you lived for the last 5 years? Where have you resided during the last 5 years? Depending on your situation, you can say, this is the only address I've lived at in the last 5 years. I used to live at 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210, before I moved to my current address. I lived with my parents from 2011 until 2015, and their address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. The officer might want to confirm if your address is up to date. Let's first go over the questions if your address is current. Is this address still current? Yes, it is current. Do you live there now? Yes, I still live there. Have you moved since you submitted your application? No, I still live at the same address. Has your address changed since submission? No, the address is current. If you've moved, here are the responses. Is this address still current? No, I moved recently, and my new address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Do you live there now? I no longer live there. My new address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Have you moved since you submitted your application? Yes, I moved in April, and my new address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Has your address changed since submission? Yes, I moved recently, and my new address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Remember, you have to fill out the AR11 form within 10 days if you move. So the officer might ask you, did you submit the AR11 form when you moved? Did you update your address? Yes, I filled out the AR11 form online after I moved. The officer might want to verify your mailing address, where they will send the oath ceremony notice if you pass the interview. What's your mailing address? Can you verify your mailing address for me? My mailing address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. My mailing address is the same as my physical address. Is your mailing address the same as your physical address? No, my mailing address is 888 Scenic Drive, Los Angeles, California, 90210. Or you could say, yes, they're the same. The next set of questions are about your parents. Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? Yes, they were. Or, no, they got married in 2011. What are your parents' names? Jason Lee and Felicia Lee. What is your father's name? Jason Lee. What is your mother's name? Felicia Lee. Is your father or mother a US citizen? Are either of your parents a US citizen? Were either of your parents naturalized here in the US? Yes, my father is a US citizen. Or, yes, my mother is a US citizen. Yes, both of my parents are US citizens. No, neither of them are US citizens. When did they become US citizens? My mother was born in the US. My father became a US citizen in 2011. My mother got her citizenship in 2011. What is your mother's country of birth? Mexico. When is your father's birthday? October 1st, 1943. Do you know your father's alien registration number? What is your mother's A number? Sorry, I don't know his alien registration number. Or, her A number is A457890. The next set of questions is about your biographic information. Are you Hispanic or Latino? Yes, I am. Or, no, I am not. What's your ethnicity? What is your race? What race are you? I am African American. I am Asian and American Indian. How tall are you? What's your height? Americans use feet and inches, but we don't usually use the terms when we say our height. So you can say, I'm 5'7", which means you are 5 feet and 7 inches tall. What's your weight? How much do you weigh? Americans use pounds for weight. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So you can say, I'm 120, or I weigh 120 pounds. What color are your eyes? Blue. What color is your hair? Blonde. Now it's your turn to practice. Have you moved since you submitted your application? Did you submit the AR-11 form when you moved? Is your mailing address the same as your physical address? Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? What are your parents' names? Are either of your parents a US citizen? When did they become US citizens? What is your mother's country of birth? When is your father's birthday? Do you know your father's alien registration number? Are you Hispanic or Latino? What's your ethnicity? What's your height? What's your weight? What color are your eyes? What color is your hair? I hope you find this helpful. I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.